Greetings, welcome back to Switch to Linux. We're in a different location here today, and I'm actually getting notices your video may not be receiving fast enough. So we are running a 44% processor. I thought I'd be running it more than that, and 23 kilobit per second. So I'm actually testing a live stream from the other room. This was a very impromptu stream. If you did not get the notice, don't worry. I just put it up about 5 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. But regardless, we are over here. So, hello, KO2610. Greetings, LJ. Hello there, Carbon Programmer. Hello, Technobismal is in Indiana. What are you doing over in Indiana, man? Indiana's a cool state. Pain to drive through, though. I don't know. Are you at Notre Dame? All right. Lucid Theming, hello there. Mike Washburn, how's it going? Did I miss the show again? No, you did not. We are just starting the show. We are kind of doing a test. Mark Yates, glad you're here. I'm going to need you later. Mitchell Morrison, hello. How's Phoenix doing? Can we trade weather for a day or two? Just curious. Hello, Isaiah. Did I not patch my systems? Yes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, no kitty cam. Just have a picture of kitties today. Kyrie, hello. That product placement. Yeah, that's right, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Of course, I just spilled tea all down the front of my shirt, but yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah, see, I was gonna dangle some other stuff from the backgrounds and things, but I didn't get to it. Yes, Q1 Fiend. Yes, I just popped up. Greetings, Chip. How's it going there? A slow performance. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi right now, actually. This is kind of a test of how well the Wi-Fi does out here. What do I think of Nevada? I used to live there, so, I don't know. On your way to Ohio. You know, from where you live, it goes where you live, then Ohio, then Indiana. I'm guessing you were on vacation or something. I don't know. Hey, happy birthday, Technobismal. How old are you now? You 12 or 13? Somewhere around there. Ray, greetings. All right, so I have a quorum on today. So what in the world is going on? I was hit by Meltdown. That's right. I was hit by Meltdown. The computer melted down a little bit. What kind of started with, I think, a dying power supply, ended up corrupting something which caused a break somewhere, and it pushed a current through and fried all my hard drives. So, the old video production computer, she's a goner. She's a goner, folks. I hope we can do news tomorrow. If this works well, we'll do news. But anyway, no, it wasn't the virus meltdown. Haha, gotcha with clickbait. No, it was the fact that the computer has completely died. In fact, I'm hoping that the CD-ROM and the IC dock still work too. I have not gotten a chance to test those. But, you know, maybe it's a testament of don't smoke around computers. I don't smoke personally, but I inherited this from somebody who does. And there was a ton of smoke in here. I cleaned most of it out, but, you know, partly that, possibly a little bit of cat hair, and something got in here somewhere, and something on this system is fried. So if anybody would like an old, potentially dead, potentially alive motherboard and processor, let me know. The case I'm going to reuse. I'm still working out and configuring what I'm going to be doing, but I will actually be utilizing the case because it works. The video card should still work. And pretty much everything else is I'm going to be rebuilding as I go here. So we are rebuilding. We're going to be rebuilding a video production rig. So expect to see fewer videos until that's done, or at least fewer good quality videos as I'm running on my laptop. So we'll go more into that a little bit later. Let's see what people are saying there. Let's see. Ray. Okay, Techno Bismal's 18. Everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm glad that this song is no longer copyrighted. Happy birthday, Techno Bismal. So Tech Bismal's birthday today. Happy birthday, man. All right. Title bait. Yes, it was. It was clickbait. Ah! Did I back up? I have the majority of things backed up. There's a few things that apparently did not make their way into my backups. So my top 5 video animation, which I swore I built on a different computer, that's not in there. So I will either have to rebuild those or I'm going to repurpose them off of existing videos. Everything else. Oh, and I actually lost my my switch to Kitty Cam banner. For whatever reason, the only place I had that was actually on this computer. It never made its way into backups for some reason. And so as far as actual real losses, that's about it. But I'm gonna, I'm coming up on 10,000 subs. What I'm going to do is maybe spend a little bit of time over the next few days and rebuild some of the branding on some of the banners. Make things look just a little bit nicer, a little bit sweeter, so that when we get the new system set up, then I can jump right back into it with a whole lot better. Oh, I did lose my green screens. Everything in the last 2 months. I pretty much lost all that, except for videos always get saved somewhere else. I think I lost 2 or 3. So my patrons that I said I will get you a copy of that latest top 5 without the music, I apologize. It was fried. I actually made it. I finished it at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, I'll upload that in the morning. Fried. Done. Gone. So I apologize. I won't be able to get you guys the music-free version of that. That was a test to put music in the top 5s. Overwhelmingly, nobody liked it, so I will not do that again. But, this is kind of what you got to do. So we are going to be making some lemonade out of some lemons here. It's not a good situation. Obviously, I don't have a ton of money to be rebuilding a computer, but fortunately, I know how to rebuild a computer, so I can build something that I would probably end up paying several $1,000s for several $100s, especially since I'm going to repurpose the case. Mostly, this is hilarious. Like, I haven't built a new computer from scratch in a long time. So, getting on there and digging through what's available. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get to some more comments there. I can salvage the rest of the PC. Yes. Went from Lynchburg, Virginia to Troy, Ohio, to Indianapolis, Indiana, now on our way back to Troy because my dad's family lives there. Cool. Last time we went up to Pennsylvania. Well, cool. Let me know if you go up to Penn State, Pennsylvania. I'll get some coffee or tea or something. Just bring a parent, please. Let's see. CPU is likely still good. I don't know. I'll tell you what happens. If you can tell me what happens, basically you turn it on. And it'll go through the first power sequence, and then basically the entire system will reset. So initially I looked at that and I said, well, I know that the power supply has been squealing a lot lately. So I pulled the power supply, which is still in the other room. It's not in here right now. And I jumped that, and what it looks like is that the power supply indeed was failing. And it's been squealing like a bad boy lately. So no issue there. I went ahead and kicked that out. So I tried to replace that, and that does not fix the problem. So I took that one back because I'm going to order a much bigger one with a better system. And so what it's doing is it'll start up, it'll go through a boot sequence, and then it just kind of stops. I never get to a BIOS screen. Now I do have an LED indicator which will give us error lights. I get a 19 and then a 15. A 19 is a northern bridge memory. A 15 is a southern bridge memory. and then it kind of stops there. So it might be the processor might be good. It might just be something with the memory modules on the board itself are fried. Since I had 4 sticks of RAM, I tried, just take out just the new ones and then just put in just the old ones. And I tried a variety of different things. Nothing would work. So at that point, it's down to most likely the board. And if I'm going to replace the board, I'm just going to go ahead and replace the processor with it. So if you, particularly Mark, if you know anything specific or anyone else knows anything specific about what might cause that, let me know. I could still diagnose stuff, but at the same token, it's pretty much a goner, I think. Pretty much a goner. How good is my best laptop? This laptop is a Core i5 5th generation with 8 gigs of RAM. So it's actually, it's keeping up pretty good. I have upgraded the wireless card to have the best wireless I can get. I'm limited right now in I think I'm limited in the fact that my wireless access point is only a 10100. It's not gigabit. Simply because why spend an extra couple $100s on a wireless access point when I have an old router I can turn into one? So I did a video about that. So right now I'm actually on good internet. Now, of course, I have better internet here now than I did just running on a wireless card on the PFSense router, because BSD does not support N protocols on wireless cards. So this way I can use the N protocol on my old wireless router and utilize that as a wireless access point. And it works great because it gives me, I still keep the internet plugged in on the other one, so I have 2 wireless access points. Depending on where I am in the house, I use whichever one is the best. So later, Carbon. Are all motherboards the same when you choose Linux, in my opinion? Well, all motherboards aren't the same. I'll tell you that I hate this motherboard. So this is a Gigabyte, and I intentionally did not go for a Gigabyte motherboard because of this one. The BIOS is so screwed up that I actually, anytime I install anything that uses like an EFI partition, I have to go through with a terminal command and rewrite the UEFI boot orders. I don't have a way in the BIOS to actually fix those. Versus the Dell computer I'm on here, the BIOS is such that I can actually go into the thing and tell it to look for a file on a folder on a hard disk and say, add this to the boot menu. And it's so easy. But the Gigabyte one does not have that option, and it's a pain in the butt. So that's some of those things I'm looking for. I'm leaning towards MSI board. There's different boards. People love them. People hate them on all the different brands. So I'm kind of leaning towards that because outside of the Gigabyte ones, they seem to be some of the more prolific ones. Particularly for gaming stuff. I don't do gaming, but gaming/video production, similar stats in some ways. Mine's next Friday. I'm going to be much older than Techno Bismol. Hey, there you go. Well, happy birthday, Chip. Greetings, Lemler3. What's up? Not my computer. It has died. Greetings, Joe. Merry Melodies. Meltdown got my computer. Yes, it did. It melted down good. It's a bad sign when you start seeing smoke come out of your computer. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Do custom builds, too. But what a crappy time for it. Yeah. Yeah, Mark, if you could shoot me like a PM or PM me a number or something, I'd like to get some thoughts on a few items. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to hold off on that. Let's see. Yeah, Joe, that's what I'm thinking. Motherboard initial thought. Your chipset, which, you're right, the MB. Yep. Smashed a external hard drive due to COD. It was my data. Risen laptops are the way to go. Yeah, I was I looked over, like I looked at, for example, I wanted to look at Pogo Linux, I wanted to look at System 76. Dude, I don't got $3,000 for a low-end computer. I think I'd like expect something just mid-range, and it'd be like $2,000. It's like, I'd love to support a Linux-powered company, but no. Especially, guys, over at System 76, please give me an operating system that doesn't include GNOME or customized GNOME. Please. Please. I think I could tell them what operating system I wanted, but, you know, I'm not paying $1,700 for a computer that I can buy the parts for $600 or $700, honestly. That's what it comes down to. I don't know what the CPU was and what you'd look to get. The CPU in this is a i5 3570K, possibly overclocked, but I can't remember. And I'm looking at AMD, so I'm looking at something in the Ryzen line is what I'm thinking of doing. Just because that whole Intel Meltdown Spectre stuff, I don't want to mess with it. I've been leaning towards AMD processors lately, especially since they're quite a bit cheaper, and you know, I'm not made of money. I've been saving up money to put taxes, and guess what? I got to build a new computer because a computer is priority. It is part of what I do for my work and for my job and for my life. And so I do need to make sure I have systems that are up and running and consistent. You know, it's kind of like being a delivery man with a dead car. It just doesn't work well. And I'd prefer to have more computers, so when something dies, I don't lose a day trying to figure it out, you know. Try just doing single stick of memory in each slot. Single stick of memory in each slot. Well, oh, I did not try that. I thought this board might have had to have 2 sticks of memory in it, but maybe I'll give that a try and see what happens. Sony Vaio has 2 processors. Freaked me out when I found out. They're both dual core. Yeah. Greetings, Manish Kumar. Hello, Anarita. I stick to Asus for Linux. Okay, so Asus. All right. Gigabyte used to be great, but they have went downhill. They use really cheap socket pins. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I think this is probably a 5 or 6 year old. I mean, it was probably state of the art when the processor came out. The board is GAZ77X-UD3H is the board on this. But, yeah, good while it lasted, right? So, and I'm just going to keep the case. We'll talk about that more in a bit. This is why it's always good to have a few computers. Yep, that's right. I think for Linux Mint kernel 14.3 is the patch for Meltdown. I think that sounds correct. I have MSI gaming boards, no complaints. Whoa, sorry about that. That's loud. That's probably a scammer. Should I answer it? Should I answer the phone in case it's a scammer? Hello?
By our booking system to receive an all-inclusive complimentary stay. For further details, press 0 now. To be
Not often get a scam call on air. It's like 10 o'clock. They're so violating the federal do not call list. Not to mention my numbers are on state and local. The 80s called, man. They want the record back. So MSI runs Linux good. That's awesome. Bad quality assurances need set out boards, bent pins. Do ultimate PC desk setup video.
Hi, good evening. My name's Kristen. Who I have the pleasure of speaking with?
You're speaking with Michael. Michael Johnson.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. Just to check availability, is your area code 814?
What about my area code? That's one of them.
Oh, okay. Is long as this one's your phone area code. Well, I'm showing that we have a couple of vacation packages left. This is a limited time offer since the promotions for today. If you could, can you grab a pen and paper so I can give you the details of the vacation package?
Sure, I got a pen and paper. What company are you with again? I'm sorry?
Pardon, sorry, I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry, what company are you with? Hello? Did I lose you? Oh man, I wanted a vacation. Hello? Hello? Still there? Bummer. Oh well, I'll get back to this. Oh well. Man, I'm never going to get that free vacation. All right, it's possible then that bad PSU fried the board. Yeah. What's the best motherboard brand for Linux? Gotta worry about that secure boot. Well, you know what? I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the best motherboard for Linux? I'm leaning towards the MSI. Joe says MSI is pretty good. Is that Joe? Yeah, Joe said MSI is pretty good. So, yeah, let's see. That sounds good. What do you guys think? Piece in their... Linus Tech Tips did a little piece in their WAN show by which manufacturers giving better support with new bugs. Once had a desktop PC I left on the floor with no case. Woke up one morning to find the PC dead. Something metal had fallen in and shorted so bad it burnt a hole in the motherboard. That's crazy. Going to build a computer with a short and floppy drive, and the thing had enough case fans running. The whole inside of the case was a fireball. Well, that's exciting. Mine didn't actually have fire. I did have smoke, but I didn't have fire. Build a computer, let's see. Linux laptops shouldn't be so expensive. After all, Linux is about running on as many things as possible. Yeah, that's the thing. Now, I didn't price laptops. I'll tell you this. This Dell I got for $300. You know? They seem to be in, let's see, financing. They seem to be actual honest credit line company that want to mess you over. Well, probably it's about the financing. Because you know what? I ain't financing a computer either. I got some cash set aside. I'm going to drop some cash to rebuild this guy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm leaning towards MSI. I'm leaning towards Ryzen. If anyone has like great experience to tell me otherwise, please tell me. I don't want to make that bad of a mistake. Asus GL70, let's see. The Ryzen laptop on Amazon has like 1,700 on it. Eesh. So my total replacement cost going to be as little as I can make it. In fact, I'm only putting half as much RAM as I want to because I priced things out, and I think that the RAM is going to be more expensive than everything else. I'm keeping the case. Hopefully, I can keep the optical drive. I mean, I spent 18 bucks on that, so if that fried, it fried. I'm going to basically keep whatever I can and just kind of keep my costs as low as possible because, yeah, I'm going to have a huge tax bill coming up in a couple months, and I'd prefer to not, I'd so prefer to not have to stay in debt to the IRS. That'd be bad. So rumblings that Ryzen may have a vulnerability now. Well, everything has a vulnerability, so I'm not letting vulnerability or lack thereof necessarily interfere. Greetings, Linux Daily. Bought one of your mouse pads. Awesome. I hope you like it, man. Got smoke. It's likely dead. Yeah, actually, it's funny because one of the hard drives that was in there was my backup hard drive. So everything on my backup hard drive is fried again. Second time this year. Yeah. Apparently, I'm not supposed to have backups. Fortunately, I do keep redundant backups in other places, but holy crap, how many times do I have to build backup computers? Greetings, Highland. How's it going there? Hey, what's the best for Linux, AMD or Intel? I don't know. You guys tell me. So Vegan Do or Die says AMD is, and I'm leaning towards AMD. I know I run my media PC is AMD. I think it's an AMD A8 if I remember correctly. I can't remember for sure. Pretty much everything else I have runs Intel. I'm moving towards AMD though. They're cheaper. They seem to have less security. There was a time I think Intel was way better, but I think those days are long over. Didn't know you were streaming. No, it was kind of impromptu. Yeah, it was impromptu because of Meltdown. Meltdown happened. My computer melted down, died. She's a goner. Would not have been surprised if it was a legit dial phone. Dells can be finicky with memory. I've never had a problem though. I prefer running Dells, particularly in my laptops. I've never had problems with Dell computers. Asus laptop runs Ubuntu pretty smooth. Okay, to sell your soul, press 0 now. That's right. That's what I did. The troll life. You've switched to Windows, Highland. All right, I'm blocking Highland. No, kidding. That's okay, man. You need to use what you need to use. All right. Not the only dude who can't dance. That's right, man. That's right. Dance like an Egyptian. Yeah, never mind. I'm going to stop now. Why are you calling me this late? Because they're scammers. They're already violating the do not call lists. It was, let's see, vacation packaging guys. They're the ones selling timeshares just across the U.S. border in Costa Rica, maybe. I forget. I don't know. I have a bunch of stuff on them. Love MSI boards personally, but I read somewhere they don't play well with Linux. Huh, interesting. She works for Microsoft. How do people feel about putting Linux on a gaming laptop? I'm worried about compatibility. I don't know. What happened to the computer? Did it smoke? Yes, the computer smoked. It smoked and it died. The hard drives particularly died, but I'm pretty sure the board is fried out. If anyone wants the board or something, let me know. It might still work. I don't know. I will only buy from AMD now on. NVIDIA is trying to monopolize the GPU market. If any company joins their partnership program, they can no longer make AMD products. I hope Asus doesn't join. Bought ASR in the sale to use with Linux, and it's a nightmare. AOS ROG to me, like motherboard brands, that seemed a little flaky to me. I kind of skipped all those by. We can do a Kickstarter, get a holiday. That's right. That's right. All right. I think I must have spooked her. She didn't know she was live streaming, I mean, what are we doing? Right now, Michael, I'm reading comments. Yeah, my computer died. That's why I didn't get a video up earlier. So I'm just kind of jumping on here. Mostly I'm testing if I can stream in this setup. If I can without much of a big deal, then I think news should still be on tomorrow. Although we're probably going to have a slightly different format to it. I don't know yet. I am going to use this time to redo some of my things. I can either complain or moan and whine, or I can just kind of make lemonade out of the situation. So lemonade. Cheers. So we're kind of talking about computer builds, though. So I'm gathering information on computer builds. I know I sinned, but have you heard of Chocolate Tree? I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, a package manager for Windows. It is a system that basically kind of behaves like a Linux software store. So you have more confidence that when you're downloading a web-based Windows application, it's actually what you're downloading. Maybe Meltdown jumped over the phone. I wouldn't be surprised. My phone just does not work well these days. Asus is good for Linux. Okay. Currently 2 GB, 2 MSI. They're all running fine. Q1 Fiend, what distros are you running? Once fried my main board and CPU with an underpowered PSU. Even the hard drive smoked, but survived. End up RMAing the CPU for free. That might be what happened to it, because like I said, the power supply was failing. It was one of the 3 fans in the thing was making a lot of noises, and I realized it was indeed the power supply. The next thing I'm going to do is the computer actually kind of sits near the floor, so I'm actually going to be building a shelf to set it up on, just like a few inches off the ground. Mostly, hopefully, get a little bit more cat hair out of the thing. Say a motherboard that has a good support will not smoke. That's right. That's right. Imagine gaming on Linux being as easy as on Windows. I dream of those days. I honestly admit Windows 10 isn't bad, but I want to kill myself after reading their privacy policy. That's the thing. It's Windows 10 isn't bad. It's the privacy that causes the issues. That is legitimately the case. Okay, I'm using using the Gigabyte B50N gaming Wi-Fi board and running elementary OS. Okay. I was looking at that one, B350, one of the 350s. I think it was a Gigabyte. Collect info about your favorite programming language. Yep. Like AMD, they recently had to deal with a professional smear campaign. This 10 is pretty bad. I don't know. Just wake up from a nappy? No, I've had a hell of a day. It was not a good day when your main systems are blowing up, your data's lost, and you have clients that you'd like to strangle, and you're very happy that they're on the other side of the country from you. So it just wasn't a good day. Just hope Microshaft doesn't destroy the Linux Foundation. Yeah, I'm surprised Linux will survive in the underground, but after that, I don't know. Meltdown usually just bores the install Linux patches from the kernel, which would essentially allow you to reinstall Linux being protected. Most likely, the power unit took out the board. Yep. Save the CPU. Well, if anybody would like if anybody would like the CPU, let me know. I don't really have a need for it. I mean, I'll put it on Craigslist if I need to. VirtualBox and Putty. All right. If Asus, Gigabyte, and MSI don't join the NVIDIA partnership program, they will make the tech community very angry who likes to use AMD products myself. What is the NVIDIA partnership program? I basically lost all interest in even doing anything NVIDIA when they decided they want to have a subscription service to use their card or something. Vulnerabilities were overblown on Risen. They were released as a smear campaign. Vulnerabilities were only possible so it had physical root access. Yep. Said, I'm not looking at the vulnerabilities as the reason to buy or not buy the processor. That's kind of what I'm doing. AMD is great with Debian. That's good to know. No real problems. Okay. If you have had hard drives due to power issues, sometimes it's the diodes that fry near the power connector. I've repaired drives in the past that people have thrown out due to that. Maybe I'll have to look that up. That's probably the issue. Computer actually melted down. Can you go into more detail? Well, it started with the system not working quite right, so it had every diagnostic issue that the power supply was dead, i.e. jumping the power supply, and the fan didn't start. That's a pretty good indication. So I replaced the power supply with a very equivalent one, and that caused the same issues, but then pushed the power surge down to everything else, and yeah, it destroyed the hard drives. Possibly the CD drive, but I haven't tested that yet. So there's a CD drive and an IC dock in here I haven't tested. Pretty much everything else other than the case is probably pretty much fried. So we're going to see what happens. So yeah, don't expect super high quality of video for the next couple days. Well, maybe next couple weeks until I get this thing rebuilt. So we'll see what happens. Linux Mint running great on Ryzen 1700X. Well, that's good to know because I plan on putting Linux Mint right on back onto it. An Asus notebook that's good. I don't see a problem why an Asus netbook would not be good for Linux. Anybody else out there using an Asus notebook? Let us know what you're using on it. AMD is stronger for audio, video, graphic design. Intel is a bit of an edge for gaming. Good thing I don't do any gaming. And all the hugs have gone to the BSD core team. That's right. It is the hugs to the BSD core team that caused all the problems. Order of memory in Dell XPS. Okay. Back at the history, AMD have outdone Intel several times, only be beaten down by Intel's underhand tactics. Intel had to pay AMD billions in a court settlement for bribing hardware sellers. Oh boy. I mean, I'll tell you, it's hard. I mean, when I bought an AMD processor laptop for my friend, I mean, it was hard to find. There's not many of them. Most of them are Intel. I still love Linux. I love Linux and will continue to be a fan of that. Greetings, Total OS today. I knew Linux was hot, but not that hot. Yep. It was so hot my hard drives were smoking. Tech World come to. MS trying to infiltrate and destroy Linux. And Ingredia trying to destroy AMD and monopolize the GPU market. Yeah. My thoughts on Microsoft buying influence in the Linux Foundation. I wish the Linux Foundation would grow something and kick them out. Can you, like, why are you fraternizing with the enemy? Stop fraternizing with the enemy. Stop it. Welcome to Ohio. Ohio welcomes you. Hey, man, if you drive through Ohio, you should stop by Total OS's house, man. Of course, you're a good 4 or 5 hours away from there if you just hit Ohio from Indiana side. They're just panicking. Everybody can see what happens, and Intel and MS will do anything to maintain their market dominance. You'd be surprised what you can do with much older hardware. Yeah, stream looks pretty good so far. I had one time where it dropped down, but I'm pushing 2700 kilobit per second right now, so that's not too bad. Install Devil Linux and try the computer. Yeah. Or I'll try hydrochloric acid Linux. Oh wait, that's just a chemical. Yeah, I did try Devil Linux. That's what happened, really. I was experimenting with different distros. I installed Devil Linux and just went up in flames. Very bad experience with Dell laptop. Its body's very weak from hinges. Haven't had any issues with that. I did replace hinges on one computer, but that was more of my fault breaking something rather than the computer. Still using Android with Lineage, hoping Plasma Mobile stabilizes. Yeah, hopefully that does. Greetings, Davey Lauren. How's it going? Mint, Manjaro, Debian, Fedora, all work. All right, so yeah, I mean that's looks like no real issues. Then I forgot, were we talking about MSI boards or were we talking about the Asus laptops? I forget now, but yeah, either way. Using an ASRock with an i5 760. Okay, so you're rocking the ASRock. Okay. Does Linux run fast with new RAM and SSD? I don't know about the new RAM, but the SSD is certainly the case. That's another thing, is all the RAM I just bought for this, not too long ago, maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, I can't use that in any new system because that's DDR3 and everything I'm finding now is DDR4. So I have 32 gigs of very nice DDR3 RAM available. I think I might throw those up on Craigslist and see if they fetch any price. Yeah, luckily you haven't created the Microshaft account. Yeah, they want you to. They're waiting for that day. They're like, get the account created. Your day was next to worthless, too. My day was next to worthless. I have an AMD C50. It's slow and crappy, running 1 gigahertz. All right. NVIDIA partnership program makes it so vendors like Asus can only make NVIDIA products. If Asus joins, they will no longer see Asus, AMD, GPU, or motherboards. Well, that's kind of crappy. We need variety, not monopolies. Like, monopolies used to be illegal, you know? Technically, they still are, but... Like 17, in this case, AMD is great with Debian. All right. Had a meltdown. Hope you get it back up and running. Yeah, well, thanks, Tony. Yeah, I'll get it back up and running. It's going to take some time, going to take some money, and hopefully that's about it. But I think in the next couple days, I'm going to pull everything out of here, give the case a thorough deep clean, you know, clean off all the fans, all that kind of stuff. Make everything look all shiny and new again. And that's kind of the thing, though, is I was looking at, like I was on Newegg, looking at things like, what kind of deals can I get on, you know, packages? Well, yeah, then it's like, yeah, put everything in the cart. Yeah, I'll save $30, $40. But then I found all these computer cases. What is it with computer cases that don't have the option to have drive bays in them? I mean, really? I mean, do we legitimately not use any other drive bays at all? They looked kind of cool, and it's kind of neat to have the neat flashy lights all over the place. But at the same token, like form over function, what's up with that? Function needs to take priority over form. I'd rather have something that works than something that's beautiful and flashy. If I wanted something that was beautiful and flashy and didn't work, I'd just be using Mac. I mean, really, people, really. But no, joking aside, I found all these cases that were nice and polished and streamlined, and I'm like, where do I put the CD drive? Because, you know, I still use CDs and DVDs a lot. Oh, well. Really happened is Tom was running BSD on the computer and I hugged the computer. End of conversation. That was it. I mean, that was it. I mean, I was testing it out. I was going to do a nice video on BSD. And it was running beautifully. I gave the computer a hug, and it just fried. I mean, it's whole thing, man. It was gone. I don't know. Can you play S-Snake on Emacs? Never tried it. Sorry, man. See, unfortunately, like, what you have, Highland, is the privilege of youth of having time to mess around with things. I don't got time to mess around with things. I got a job to do, and I just got to do my job. So I don't have time to learn things like that, unfortunately. Maybe someday when I'm like rich and famous or whatever else, but I don't know. Okay, I have an Acer Nitro laptop running Kubuntu, Ryzen 1600X desktop, 600 DDR4, RX 480 running Kubuntu. Sweet. PC, Tom's PC on fire. Yep. Indeed. Yeah, we both went on fire. Kind of happy tonight after frying your main system. Why? Well, I mean, why? Because I can be miserable or I can be happy. You know, when life hands you lemons, you got to make lemonade out of it. No, I'm not particularly happy. In fact, it sucks. I've been trying to get a handle on the finances, get the money saved up for taxes, pay down the last remaining bit of the debt. You know, I mean, I lost the house a few years ago. I don't know why we have such a stupid, crappy system. But, you know, a unscrupulous mortgage lender did bad things. It caused mortgage rates to go too high. And then the government put in some stupid law that despite I could afford the house with a refinance, I was not allowed to refinance because my business was too new. So I ended up losing a house. So you've lost everything that you own. You got to move into a little apartment with pretty much nothing. Your income is faltering because you're in freelance and you're trying to get a habit on everything else. And then the IRS comes in and says, hey, great news. Here's a $9,000 tax bill. That's our government for you. I'm still working to pay some of that stuff off. So I'm trying to save all the money I can. That's the reality of it. So, but you know what? When life happens, life happens. You know, God is still good. He's up there. There's reason for this. And, you know, the opportunity, you know, sometimes good is the enemy of great. And what if this good computer here, what if this good computer kept me from a great computer? And I have the technical skill. I'll throw a few $100 into it. I'll buy a new board, buy a new processor, buy a new RAM, buy a new power supply. Whew, Lord, hopefully not buy anything else. I'll fiddle some wires and push some connections together, and booyah, we'll possibly have a better computer. So, and then we'll see what happens from there. But, you know, I mean, no point in being miserable. Being miserable is not going to solve any problems. And so, you know, is what it is. Is what it is. Let's see. I'll come together and write a list of alternate corporation names. Microshaft, Microcrap, Microbeat, Crapple, Ingredia, and other ones. Yeah, hey, Total OS today. Let's do that this week sometime. Let's do that kind of thing on our Life in Linux this weekend. Let's do it, man. Let's come up with a list of fun companies. You have a Microsoft account? Block you. Not kidding. All right, let's see. You know what? It occurred to me. I've actually built a thing for comment streams. I haven't been using it the whole time. May as well use it, right? What is going on? In my feed, my name here, which is orange, looks blue, and I don't know. I'm just going to nod my head and smile now. So Logitech C920, it's the one you use. Is there any problems with it using Linux? No. I have that, and I have a C610, I think. I'm sorry, I have it listed here as C615. I'm not sure if that's completely correct. I think that is, though, C615. I have a C615, I have a C920. C920 is definitely a way better camera than the 615. 615 has more swivel, twisty options, which is good. But for the most part, the 920 is good. There is now a 922, which isn't significantly better for the great increase in price, but there's another one that's like even newer than that I don't know much about. But yeah, no problems at all. You do it as a hobby, Steven. Maybe I'll need to ask you some questions too. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've built a computer. I mean, I've upgraded a lot. Size of the RAM sticks. The RAM sticks that I have that I will not need anymore are 8 GB DDR3 RAM, and they're HyperX. Dude, Highland, I missed that comment. Don't be nice, dude. Be nice. I'm gonna make Technobismo a moderator to spank ya. Corsair has computer cases with drive bays. My experience, ASRock boards are either really good or really bad, and they tend to have weird restrictions, like only being able to use maximum memory speeds. Really? That's weird. Yeah, I've been avoiding those. I didn't get a good vibe looking at those. I just needed MS-10 running to better support my clients and wanted a similar working environment. Yeah. I thought you stopped working with Windows altogether, but of course you may not be able to is the problem. Or no, I think that was Joe Collins I was thinking of. He's like, no, if you're not on Linux, I'm not supporting you anymore. Okay. I've watched the recent build videos where people building gaming PC bought all their components in digital format, so they view an optical drive as outdated. If the platform, yeah. CD and DVD, you or old school. Where's the zip drive and the floppy? Well, I still do have some floppy disks. No, the reason is because I still get CDs. I still get sermons and things, video conferences, stuff like that. And, you know, and being able to make copies of those is what I need the drive base for. That's why I have them. Funny as a lot of big PC gamer channels are silent about the NVIDIA partnership monopoly and only a few spoke out about it. They don't speak up because Ingredia gives them free GPUs. Yep. Had it. Greetings. Bit late. What exactly happened? Another switch to Linux is Friday's main PC. Well, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything intentionally to fry it. It was time to go, man. In reality, I think what happened is I think that the computer went on a date with my router last night, and it hugged the router when it came back, and it forgot that the router is pfSense, and it just on Peppermint OS right now. Very sweet. Want to build a cheap Ryzen system, go for the Ryzen 5 24G, then you don't have to worry about the GPU. Yeah, I like Peppermint myself. Going to build your own computer or pre-build? I'm ish, somewhere in the middle of those. I'm taking whatever is salvageable from this mess and I'm going to build into it. So I will be buying a new processor, motherboard, power supply, and RAM because what I have unfortunately isn't there. Yeah, the hard drive, the computer's just like, that's done. We're gonna chat after this. No, actually, I want to work after this. I have not worked an hour yet today. No, 9,000. It was 9,000, not 90,000. If I said 90,000, that was incorrect. Because this is what happens when you have to short sell a house. The difference between what you short sell it for and the valuation on it is considered taxable income. And so despite the fact you didn't have anything taxable, they hit you for a big tax hike on the difference, and then they just annihilate you with it. That's what the IRS ends up doing. And yes, vegan or die. Yes, that is exactly where we need to get to. And all of us should be getting to there. And that's the thing. Life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make the life take the lemons back. Well, I asked life to take the thing back and give me back the better computer again, but it just didn't cooperate. Gotta pay your protection money. There are some bad apples out there. The IRS is there to protect you from them. Yeah. Not get used motherboard, just see if your PC would work again. I mean, possibly, but finding a used motherboard specifically with this I don't know, maybe if I get on Craigslist, I might be able to, in reality. Like, I mean, I checked the local computer stores, and they're just, like, they won't sell anything that's used. Like, I was like, hey, I have a need for hard drives, and I don't necessarily care that they're the most stable or best. I'm just like, give me a box of hard drives. I'll mirror all these backup hard drives. No, we don't sell hard drives because they may not last long. It's like, dude, then sell them for $10. This company is so stupid. In fact, I talked to him. I said, hey, give me a price for a price to build me a new system. I haven't heard anything back from him yet. It's like, dude, like, get back to people, because at this point I don't care anymore. My point of caring has stopped. Yeah, I mean, I could possibly look for it, but we'll see. Yes, they penalize us doubly because we are self-employed. Yep. I didn't read the whole comment. Chip, I'm sorry. What, I missed it. What else was there? Okay, after running your main PC, you seem happy. Oh, because you get to build a new one. Oh, yes. No, I didn't read your whole comment. Sorry. No, I'm actually not happy about it, because it's just going to take more time. It's going to take more money. I'd rather just stick with the one I have. But, maybe it's the opportunity to make a better computer. And that's I think I'm going to go ahead and make some new banners. So expect in the next couple weeks, I'll probably roll out some new banners, roll out some new formats to the video, things like that. See how it works. Hope Kitty wasn't near the PC and got singed. No, Kitty's over here, though. Look what I have to deal with. Look at that thing. Yeah, you. Cute one. Yeah. Want to say hi to the peoples? Yep. You want to come up and say hi to peoples? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. All right, I'll help you out. Oh, there you go. Hello, peoples. How's everyone doing? I'm not sure I'll get my kitty strats tonight. Yeah, huh? You're not sure, are you? Actually, no. I'm not going to give him the precedent to sit on this table. He's not allowed on some tables, so. All right, here's a fun company. Tom, start making smart toilets with AI and web camera and microphone. Here's a good one. Oink. But Facebook is starting to sell Wi-Fi now. That's their newest app. Coming out with a new app every week. They're kind of scary. 2 C920 Pros, they work fine. Yep. See the improvement matrix for the toilet time. I really don't get the idea of being taxed self-employed people more. They're the ones that need the support. Yeah. Like, I mean, what I think would be great, like, as much as you either loved or hated Bill Clinton, but Bill Clinton did 2 really good things in office. Not that his wife would have done anything good, but he did 2 really good things in office. The first is college students did not pay Social Security tax. Because what he realized is that getting that break when you go to college means you are probably going to make more money later. And so he gave the college students, if you were a full-time college student, you did not have to pay income tax on on income that derived when you were a full-time student. That was an amazing thing, and we should go back to that, but we should also put something in place for small business owners for the first 5 years of their business, because small business owners really are the backbone of our economy. And if you can, those first 5 years are really tight and cause the failure. It's the lack of money. It's the financing. It's the having to pay all this extra tax that kills them in those early years. So if they were to do the same thing, 5 years on a small business, of course you got to figure out ways to regulate it so people aren't taking advantage of the system. But you got basically 5 years of income tax free. That would be an awesome thing. But yeah, you're right. Now, and the reason, what a lot of people don't understand is the reason self-employed people pay that, it shouldn't be a reason, but it is the reason, is that when you are a wage payroll worker in the United States, you pay into Social Security, but your employer pays that same amount into Social Security. Where these the self-employment tax comes into play, the self-employment tax is actually the employee's half of that. So basically, I have to pay twice into Social Security instead of once, like you are wage payroll, because I don't have another company paying that. That's why we have it. Now, it's completely stupid, because I actually can go get you a statement from Social Security that says, Social Security is going to be bankrupt, and it ends up being like 2036. Social Security is going to be completely bankrupt. Well, I'm really happy that you're taking money out of my check for a system that's going to be completely bankrupt the time I need it. Well, I appreciate that, government. But anyway, yeah, they hit us twice. So yeah, I have a lot more taxes because of that. Build your machine using your existing parts for 3 minus shipping costs, 2-day FedEx for the sake of the channel. Shoot me your number there and we'll talk, Mark. Vote with your wallets. Don't support Ingredia. Worst comes to worst, you can get a portable DVD USB drive. They're fairly cheap. Yes, but I would prefer to have an integrated drive, honestly. Okay, now I was thinking about it and had mentioned it. Put a Raspberry Pi inside a full tower. That'd be fun. Back up my computer for the first time in my life. Good, back it up. Yeah, fortunately, I didn't lose a lot. I lost a little bit of stuff, but nothing major. Hey, kitty, stop going crazy over there. Yeah, you. Yeah, you're going crazy. Stop it. Cat's going mad. GPUs, actually, that's exactly why I'm keeping my GPU. Actually. Like someone already asked you, but what CPU is in the system? This computer here is a Core i5 3570K. What do you mean by MSI doesn't support Linux? MSI isn't the best Linux option. Asus is the way to go. Won't believe how satisfied you feel when you have an Asus board, AMD CPU, and AMD GPU, especially when you see how well the combo runs Linux. Well, I mean, what else do you do if you're embedding microphones inside of a smart toilet? Clearly, the task is to collect data to see who can have the funniest sounding plops and farts. I mean, really. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, what'd you miss? Pizza, pizza. You missed the CPU meltdown. It died. She's dead. She's dead. She's dead, Jim. It was good knowing you, man. It was good knowing you. He went on a date with the hard drive or with the router last night and gave it a hug, and it was a BSD router, and it just died. It was a goner. Buy HP. No thanks. I don't back up because I have nothing to lose. Blood stuff I don't want lost to G drive. I don't want to give Google the stuff I don't want to lose. I have fried Windows. Ubuntu to the rescue. Right. Why are the chat colors messed up? I have no idea. I have no idea at all. Wait, hold on. I think I know. I think I know. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out real quick. Well, that didn't do it. Hey, that looks better. For whatever reason, I had to turn on swap red and blue to get it to work right. Whoa, cancel. Yes. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, I'm guessing customer, like there may not be MSI customer support. Who calls customer support? I don't. I figure it out, man. I consult Start Page for my problems. Sucks as I'm sick, and there was a field trip to the Living Computers Museum. Oh, that sucks, man. Hopefully get a chance to go sometime. Sirvin Kumar Vunda. I'm going to call you Kumar because I do apologize. That is the only part of your name I can pronounce. Vundali? Man, I'm a new subscriber to your channel. I must say I'm enjoying your videos. Well, thank you, man. Joe, what are you running? I'm happy to help you to degree free charge. Yeah, well, Mark, I think what Joe was saying is Joe uses MSI and has no problems at all. You had made a statement earlier that MSI doesn't support Linux. I think you meant their customer support doesn't support Linux. Like, who does? Like, who even knows what Linux is? This is crazy. I mean, switch to Linux, but... Still learning to support Linux, but have some knowledge. Oh, that's the bottom of my comment feed there. Let's give it a few more. Give it a few more minutes. Hey, cat, shush. Get kitty. Where are you? Yeah, you're a good kitty. You come when you ask for it. Like, my cat is like a dog. If you call him, he comes. He was just over there playing, and he's over here. Of course, he thinks he's getting a kitty treat. What, you want a kitty treat? You want a kitty treat now? Do you? You want kitty treats? I'll give you kitty treats. I'm going to go get the kitty treats. Then we'll feed this kitty, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the last call for comments. I'll be right back. Oh, come on. All right. And, whoa. Push this down here. Say hi to everybody. Hello, people. I'm waiting for my kitty treats. Yeah, you want your kitty treats, don't you? Yes, you do. Oh, yeah. I should, like, contact Meow Mix and Temptations simultaneously to see which one of them might actually give me who wants to give me a sponsorship deal. I'll send them my videos. Whichever one of you two buys it. Woo! I have the other kitty down here too. Are they finger looking good? Yes, they are, aren't they? The other kitty's down here too. No, that's it, buddy. That's it. You want any more taste? You gotta lick the fingers. Yeah. That's good. And this guy here, he was brushing his teeth. These are brushing ones. That's right. Because the dentist wanted to give you a teeth cleaner, and I'm like, When it costs 3 times as much to get the cat's teeth cleaned as it costs to get my teeth cleaned, it's time to say, no, sir, Mr. Dentist. Actually, it was Mrs. Dentist. No, ma'am, Mrs. Dentist. I ain't doing that. I mean, we've had cats since I was real little. You know, I mean, never in my life did we ever think, let's go take the cat to the dentist. I mean, really. Nowadays, all these people have to treat their cats like they're their kids. I mean, I'm sorry, I love my kitty, but it's a cat, man. Running 2 SSDs. My main has Ubuntu Mate, and the other is MX17. Alright, let's see. Certain point becomes a paid service. Okay, still okay. But play music and I love it. You on social? Am I on social? Not really. I mean, I think I have a Facebook account attached to my authorship stuff somewhere. The issue so far, Steam doesn't play nice with proprietary NVIDIA drivers. I have guinea pigs. They don't like any of the treats I've tried. They don't seem to want to eat proper food. Cat thinks your name is Skittles, or Linux means Skittles time. Feeding time. I taught Putty Tat. I taught Putty Tat. I did taught Putty Tat. Cat. Okay. Late surfer loss. Yep. Nah. Thinking of trying MX17, and I do use Steam and NVIDIA cards. Just ate while watching the stream. Did you eat kitty treats? The cat's looking at me again. It's like, more? No. You had all your kitty treats. That's it for the night. Cat will let you stay unscathed until it gets a treat. Yep. Whatever reason the system does not like XFCE. Zeb runs XFCE, has no issues. Not sure what the difference is. Told me my cat was crying when I was at school because it missed me. Now the cat's scoping out what's in the computer. Greetings, Grant. How's it going? Let's see. Been far too long. Dennis wants 600. Yeah. Greetings from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Greetings. Sorry to hear about the computer. You're handling much better than I did. I mean, I got 10 of them. I mean, this is certainly the only one that's really good for video production. You know, other ones, like I say 10, you know, some of them don't work. And some are things like, you know, micro PCs and stuff like that. But, you know, certainly this is the best computer in the house. And yeah, she's a goner. Oh, well. Heard XFCE doesn't work great with dual monitors, high-end graphics. I actually don't have any problems with XFCE on dual monitors on cubes. It can even set multiple wallpapers. I like it. STS Tech Solutions on Facebook. Dennis charged me $100 for cleaning for 30 minutes 2 times a year. Yep. I was not looking. The game MX-17 works well, but I haven't tried to quite figure out why. On the other hand, Mate has absolutely no issues. Not believe my motherboard has anything to do with the video or issues. I'm on a dedicated card. Alright, it must have been your YouTube that went mute because I can still see mine. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We actually had a peak of 92 people to watch this completely unplanned, totally impromptu video. Yeah, Mark, shoot me an email. I'll give you a call like tomorrow or something. And we'll go from there. Hopefully, I know I have to be in the house or coming through and doing something tomorrow, so I got to be here for that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this guy up, and let's see. Yeah, I'll let you know how we do. If I can, I'm still going to try and do news tomorrow. It might work. It might just be a little bit more boring, but I'll see what I can do. I just don't know yet. So we'll figure that out. What Linux would I recommend for a novice? Linux Mint Cinnamon is what I recommend for a novice, particularly if you're coming from a Windows environment. All right, folks. Well, I will catch you guys later. Okay, final stats on this video. We had 92 peak, 69 at the current, 86 hours viewed, average view duration, 13 minutes and 13 seconds. See, it's an unlucky day. I mean, whatever. And 389 playbacks. Well, catch you guys later, and have a good one.